following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, several numerous unidentified, highly large black shadows of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at low altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's levels by the National Ground-Based Telescopic Observatory in California. These highly large shadows are presumed to be some form of unknown controlled activity. It is not known if more of these shadows will arrive, or if they will attempt to enter the Earth's atmosphere. United States citizens are encouraged to monitor the local media outlets. Most importantly, remain calm. Panicking will only make the situation worse, as more updates will follow. Stay tuned as for further information becomes available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, several numerous unidentified, highly large black shadows of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at low altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's levels by the National Ground-Based Telescopic Observatory in California. Beginning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, sightings of highly large black shadow humans have been reported to be lurking around on the streets and above ground level in certain areas and states in the United States. These black shadow humans are believed to be entering Earth's atmosphere through what many are describing as shadow power. These shadow powers are what appear to be dark clouds in the sky and then appear on ground level. These spottings are backed by the National Weather Service Doppler's radar throughout the country. Sighting locations in the U.S. are pictured as followed. The black shadow humans are presumed to be out of this world and may pose a threat in the highlighted areas, as it is not known if these shadows humans are hostile. The United States Secretary of Defense has raised the national warning level to DEFCON 4. The ground spaces in and near the U.S., as well as other countries, have been closed to prevent other shadows from entering. The only exception to this is military force, military police, medical flights, and military base generals. Ongoing flights have made emergency landings at the nearest airport to avoid proximity to the unidentified large black shadow people. It is required that all calls to any local emergency services be retained to urgent situations or new information regarding the unknown black shadows. Residents who are not in the highlighted areas are highly encouraged to take shelter in an area indoors with minimal entrances and no windows, and to tune into your local media as more updates will follow, as more information will follow. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. At 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, several numerous unidentified, highly large black shadows of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at low altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's levels by the National Ground-Based Telescopic Observatory in California. These black shadow humans are now confirmed to be hostile. Sightings have been reported in every state in the United States, along with the mass majority of the world. At 6:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, reports began speculating of attacks on these unidentified large black shadow humans from multiple locations across the globe and what appears to be a coordinated effort of extermination on all humans. These hostile shadows continue to descend into the Earth's atmosphere through what is designated as shadow power. The United States, along with the mass majority of the world, is under siege. These shadow humans have been reported to be using an unknown type of weaponry that can direct them to the nearest humans believed to emit very harmful, slaying vision that mind warps you enough for you to heat up and explode or incinerate anyone in the vicinity. There have also been reports that these shadow humans can sneak up on anyone and hit them with what feels like brass knuckles in some locations that have caused blackouts and/or immediate death. In addition, these shadow humans have reported entering homes and buildings through windows, electronics, phones, heaters, air conditioners, fans, and other appliances that are out of the ordinary. There are reports that these shadow humans are described as a very, very dark shade of black with no facial details. A human-like form with some distortion, having no sort of skin, standing at 7 feet tall, at the shortest to the tallest being over 20 feet tall, and no communication with no sounds of movement. All reported efforts of diplomacy with said entities have proven to be fatal. The shadow humans are said to possess abnormal speed, overly extreme aggression, and resilience to conventional ballistic weaponry. The black shadows are now believed to be invincible, and are more than capable of entering a place by going through anything. U.S. citizens, located in events, should immediately shelter in place in a sturdy structure, with no windows, no light, and no electronics, as this will attract these shadow humans to them, and to avoid being attacked or death. It is recommended that while sheltering in place, you disguise yourself as something extremely out of the ordinary in a small confined space while facing down. Turn off all lights. Close and lock all windows and doors. Secure and barricade yourself with any means possible, such as boards or furniture. And turn off all air conditioning units, heating units, fans, and electronics. Grab a battery-powered radio with headphones and listen to it at super low volume to avoid bringing any attention to your stay in the shelter. All broadcast systems and cable stations shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted all regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide information to the public in assigned areas. Any citizens located in rural or unaffected areas travel to the nearest military base and evacuate as far away from designated event zones as possible. All military, law enforcement, and civil service personnel are required to report to the nearest military installation and proceed with any and all counteroffensive measures. The President will be speaking on all stations shortly. Stand by for this message. This is an emergency action notification. You should now tune in to a station providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system, serving the Maumee area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. Yes.